The requirement of a quality management system is to consistently provide products and services which meet customer, regulatory, and statutory requirements. So when we compare it to the case of a restaurant, the restaurant has to have good quality food, and to have good quality food, they have to source the best quality of ingredients and delight their customers and satisfy their customers so that the customers keep coming again to the restaurant. So the same thing can be transcribed to industry, which produce products and services. Once they meet customer, regulatory, and statutory requirements, they have to see that their customers are satisfied. And this is done through application of systems and processes, assuring conformity to customer requirements. So this is how quality is built in industry. Yes, do all of you agree? Yes, I think so, all of you would agree. So this is why quality management is important for industry. So the ISO 9001-2015 was prepared by the ISO TC 176 committee, and this edition supersedes the 9001-2008 standards. It specifies requirements for quality management systems, provides guidance for use, aims to enhance customer satisfaction through the application of systems and processes to meet customer requirements and other statutory and regulatory requirements. So this is where the ISO 9001 standard is significant. It is one of the greatest standards, and the big change between the older one, the 9001-2008, and this 9001-2015 is that previously the standard focused only on products. Now with lot of services coming into industry, the standard includes products and services under its purview. So that is an important change which has been incorporated into this ISO 9001-2015 standard. Yes. So what has changed? There are 9 main changes in the ISO 9001-2015 standard. So if you see, it has adopted a new high-level standard set out in Annex SL of the ISO Directives Part 1. So what this high-level standard has done is that it has made synchronous clauses. There are 10 different sections in this standard, as most of you would be knowing. And the text and the requirements are common in most standards. So if you see ISO 9001, 14001, 45001, and the ISO 50001, all follow this high-level standard. So the advantage this gives to people implementing the 9001-2015 standard is that it makes it easy to implement the other standards also, because the structure is the same and most of the requirements are the same. The next change which is brought into the system is that risk-based thinking has been brought into the system. It supports and improves the understanding of and the application of the process approach. So previously, if you see the 9001-2008 standard, there was corrective and preventive action. This standard does away with preventive action and has brought in risk instead of preventive action. So people implementing the standard need to understand the risks which are common, which affect the company and which affect the products and services. So risk-based thinking has been brought into the standard, and there are fewer prescribed requirements. The previous standard had greater emphasis on documents. Now there is a lesser emphasis on documents, and there is improved applicability for services. And as I told you, the previous standard focused on products. This standard focuses on both products and services. And now there is a requirement to define the boundaries of the quality management system. Next, section 4, called context of the organization, has been brought into the standard. This is also a very important change as far as the standard goes. The context of the organization tells you why an organization is in existence, what are the internal and external issues the organization faces, who are the internal and external interested parties, what are their needs and expectations. All these are brought into the standard. So it gives an increased emphasis on organizational context. The next change which has been brought into this standard is that it has increased leadership requirements. By that, what we mean is the leadership of any organization can delegate almost all of the responsibilities what they have to people down the line to ensure that they can do day-to-day activities to see that quality management is done well. But this standard keeps the accountability with the leadership, and the leadership has to be accountable for continual improvement of the quality management system. You have to clearly understand the wording. The accountability remains with the leadership. So they may delegate most of the responsibilities, but at the end of the day, they have to demonstrate continual improvement of the quality management system. So this can only be done if there is focus by the top management into the quality management system. Otherwise, you cannot demonstrate continual improvement of quality management. So continual means you do small actions every day and see that these actions provide sustained results, and these results are in line with the context and strategic direction of the organization. And finally, there is greater emphasis on customer satisfaction, and customer satisfaction has to be improved. If customer satisfaction has to be improved, the focus has to be on the customer and their requirements, however small they may be or however big they may be. The organization has to ensure that there is improved customer satisfaction, and this standard has greater emphasis on achieving good customer satisfaction, and that is a metric which has to be measured by any organization implementing the ISO 9001 standard. Yes. So what is the purpose of the 9001-2015 standard? So the purpose is to establish an international standard for quality management and for development, implementation, and third-party certification. So the standard gives you a guideline how you can develop and implement a quality management system in any organization, irrespective of type, size, complexity, geographical location. Irrespective of all these, you can establish a quality management system. Yes. So it also provides to incorporate quality management into the overall management system of the organization. So the purpose is also to develop, implement, review, maintain, and continually improve the quality management system within the organization. So if you see the wording, you have to continually improve the quality management system within the organization. Continual improvement is only possible when all members of the team are committed to quality as an objective. So you have to have complete involvement of all members of the team. Only then continual improvement of quality can be seen. Yes, I hope all of you will agree. So shall we go to the next slide? Are all of you able to follow me clearly? Is the audio and video clear?
Yes, it's perfectly fine, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the slides are also clear, isn't it?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Arvesh.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's go to the next slide.